Today I will teach you how to know if a hurricane is going to be downgraded by wind shear. I'm meteorologist Amy Metz, relaxing here in Honolulu, Hawaii as we brace for 2 tropical cyclones. First, let's take a look at Erick from satellite. Today began colliding with wind shear near the Big Island. The well-defined eye wall we saw yesterday with the Category 4 force winds is now being pulled in different directions because wind shear started interfering with the storm. My favorite website to look at for wind shear is on Weather Underground. I'll put the link in the description under the video so you can easily grab it, but here it is also. And what we can see here with this map is red lines between the Hawaiian Islands and the clouds from Erick. For this diagram here, the red represents high amounts of vertical shear and green represents low shear. You can think of it as a stoplight. Shear above 20 knots is going to be a major stopping point for hurricanes. If it's green, it's a go for the hurricane, and it can continue plowing on through its regular path. So vertical wind shear is defined as a change in speed and direction with height. No vertical wind shear would mean the wind is blowing the same direction at the same speed from the ground right where I'm sitting here all the way to the tippy top of the atmosphere, same direction. Put a flag here, blowing this way at a certain little rate. Put a flag way up there next to outer space at the tropopause, blowing the same way at the same speed. No vertical shear. Plowing on through for the hurricanes. Now when the shear comes, that's when we get some action. Let me show you with this apple how some shear can get into interfering with a hurricane. So first, I need my shears. Here's my wind shear. Here's my vertical dimension. Down by the sea, up by outer space. Let's say Hawaii is over here and Mexico is over here. So Erick has been spinning. I'm going to go ahead and put this map west to east instead. Of course, that'd be east to west. So let's pretend Erick is spinning. Spinning, spinning, spinning. Where we saw that environment with green shear, low values around 5 knots. All of a sudden, getting close to Hawaii here, we saw all the red lines. Red lines. Oh no! Red lines mean chopping time. So the shear just starts literally shearing it apart. Oh my gosh. Where's the storm going? Erick is just literally getting torn apart. So he keeps going, he keeps going. I really want to get in there, he says. Well, the wind shear says, too bad. I'm still cutting you up, I'm cutting you up. All of a sudden, that eye wall is going to get affected. There's going to be less moisture going into the system, less heat, less energy means less storm. So the eye wall hasn't necessarily been affected yet, but as we saw, just the outer portions of Erick interfering with that wind shear on the Weather Underground map showing wind shear, the eye wall began to fall apart. We didn't see it anymore on the satellite imagery. So let's say, I kind of turned this thing around a little, but here's the eye wall, all right? So then from this map point of view, literally at some point as the wind shear just keeps on cutting in, it will eventually get to the point where the eye wall goes into the wind shear itself too. And by that point, really, you just got all these little storms hovering around, blowing here, blowing there. This thing was taking up, like 500 miles of space. And so the storms just disperse accordingly. We're going to see a lot of rain. This is Hawaii here. The storm is going to keep getting torn apart. Lots of rain, lots of rain. Next thing you know, the storms are gone. Stay safe, always have your hurricane preparedness ready to roll. I'm going to make a video too on that to show you how to stay ready without feeling like you're staying ready. Just make it typical practice so by the time hurricane season starts, you won't even need to do anything because you already got it handled.